time, you know? I used to make tons of dabs back in college, and a lot of the time I find these really old dabs kicking around, and I go to smoke them, and I did that the other day. Grabbed it, went running up the stairs to grab my bong, but I tripped and I dropped it, at which point I no longer had my old dab, but I had a brand new step dab. Almost as cool as the original. Thank you. That guy knows what's up. I like to visit my grandmother in Florida a lot. I fly out on Christmas Day. It's like this half-price ticket, but out in Florida, they got all these Mennonites out there. I like to give, you know, the Amish. You guys familiar? I like to give them crap, you know? I'm like, hey, where are the Womanites at? You know, the Momish? Come on, hey. Florida's fun because, like, I don't know, we would visit Florida from New Hampshire, right? We would visit Florida from New Hampshire, but you'll never see a new Florida come out. We already learned our lesson from the first one, right? The new Florida, my God. I get back, I visit my grandma in Florida. I get back to my place where I live, and everyone that knows me knows that I fly back on Christmas every year, and so they leave out my gifts. One of my gifts that I got this year was a Roomba. Anyone have a Roomba in the crowd? Hell yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's like this. I think a Roomba is basically like the same thing as getting a puppy for Christmas. You let it loose, it takes care of itself, eats everything off the floor, you know? That's the name of that vacuum cleaner company is Roomba, right? But there's also another vacuum cleaner company called Eureka. I would imagine that there's just some board meeting, and they're like, I don't know, guys, we got a vacuum cleaner company that we got to name. Everyone, put your heads together. What sucks more than anything? We'll name it Eureka. Some guy was like Oric, but that was already another vacuum. Why are all the towns named after vacuum cleaner companies around here? Is that how much it sucks? My favorite thing about Eureka is if someone points at you and goes, that man gave me crabs, that's a good thing. It means you have employment. In Arcata, it's different. Arcata is like the first town you're going to see someone walking around their kombucha SCOBY on a dog leash, you know? Like visiting the plaza. The plaza's got like this 90-90 rule where if someone breaks up with you while you're on the plaza, you can just turn 90 degrees and walk 90 feet and find someone exactly like them and just date them, you know? My buddy in Ferndale just got his truck pregnant. Hold your applause. I'm happy that the stairs on this stage are really easy to climb. I just recently had ACL surgery, and ever since then, my knees have been killing me. Those of you who don't know what ACL surgery, it stands for adjusted cock length. Yeah, now this thing's so big and heavy, carrying it around all day. Man, my knees are killing me, you know? This chick took one look at it, she's like, Peter, let me make a mold of it. I was like, why? It's covered in mold already. Hold your applause. I got this Roomba. I set it loose at my house. It's the coolest thing. I accidentally spilt a bunch of cocaine on the floor. The Roomba just sucked it all up, you know? It kind of acted different though. It started going up the wall and shit. I'm like, hey, get down. It's like getting the cobwebs out of a smoke detector, changing the batteries in my smoke detector. I'm like, get down from there. It's like,
yeah, it's recording.
I'm like, get down from the wall, Roomba. It's like, give me more cocaine. I was like, you get the cocaine after you clean my house. Which is exactly what I used to tell my ex all the time. How we doing? I like mirrors. I always wanted to be a mirror salesman. It's something I could really see myself doing. I have an evil twin. He's really good at parking because he's from a parallel dimension. He works in on real estate. He drives a Phantom. Oh yeah. How we doing, folks? How we doing? The Wave Lounge. The Wave Lounge. No one's waving at me. Could you guys wave at me? Instead of clapping, just wave for tonight's show. Just wave at all the comics. We don't want you to clap or anything. No, please clap. I really appreciate you guys all making it out here tonight. We have a really good cast of different comedians that are going to be performing, coming from as far away as Reading, the Bay Area, I think Berkeley or something like that, and Medford, Oregon. Our first comedian coming on tonight is a hoot. Put your hands together for Barb.
Thank you, Peter. That was fabulous. My name is Barb, and if you don't mind, I will be doing a little sit-down comedy rather than stand-up tonight. Barb is a retired hairdresser of 30 years. She's been doing nothing but standing up on her feet and listening to her townspeople's problems, okay? It's time for Barb to sit down and tell you about her problems, because, Brenda, you're not the only one who's ever been through a divorce, okay? I just can't stand all my clients telling me all their problems all the time, you know? So anyway, I took a mental health month off in January back there, and I never went back to work. I didn't. And I did try to rejoin the workforce recently. I did. I tried my hand at beekeeping. Anybody beekeepers here? No? Okay. Yeah, so anywho, I did get fired the first day. Apparently, when they asked me to smoke the bees out of their homes to steal their honey, it is frowned upon to use marijuana pot smoke. You know, I don't understand the problem there though, because that's like the least we could do for the bees. You know, we're stealing their honey. We should relax them and make them more happy about it. And you know that when bees sting you, they die. Barb doesn't want bees to die. I think I need to open my own bee farm, you know? So anyway, since I did get fired, I got to acquire myself one of those little, what are they called? Oh, those little EBT cards. Anyone else got one of those? Those are so fun, don't you know? You can go to any Safeway where there's a Starbucks and get an ice cold Frappuccino, don't you know? Oh, Barb loves to treat herself every day. And I know, you know, some people think that's frowned upon and wrong, but remember that crackheads do treat themselves to crack every single day too, you know. So I don't think there's really anything wrong with a little Frappuccino. Barb is a broke queen, but she is a queen nonetheless. So anywho, I don't have much money left at the end of the month once I get those Frappuccinos every day to get food with that EBT card. So Barb, it's okay, I figured it out, you know. I've started dating men for meals. You know, breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, any of it, all of it. But I have discovered something about men. I have to cut these dates off after date number 2 and find a new suitor. Because men do expect things from people. I know he does. Anywho, you know, after date number 2, I just cut it off. You know, Barb is not about the hanky-panky, okay? First of all, I have carpal tunnel, okay? Second of all, you know, I just don't think my husband would appreciate that very much, you know? But here's the deal. I think it's only fair that after date number 2, and you've fed me 2 meals, I'll let you give Barb an 88. And this is the problem I keep coming across. 88's an old school move, people. No one knows what it is anymore. But ladies, listen up. 88 is everything. Have you all heard of a 69, right? So anyhow, ladies, all you have to do, it's a lot like that, but it's a lot better. You just lay back and you just let him eat it twice. And 88 it, you know? And when it's only reciprocal that I do that, because he gave me 2 meals, and then I'm gonna give him 2 meals, and then I just wheel away on my chair, you know? And it's like, Meals on Wheels. It's a public service, really. And then I bring the leftovers home to my husband, and he's very grateful. So, in my free time, since I've been unemployed, I've been doing a lot of baking. Do we have any other bakers here? Yes? What do you like to bake?
Dutch babies, but I bake gluten-free.
You bake... Excuse me, did you say bake? Birds, it just heard that you bake babies. Is that correct?
A Dutch baby is a
Dutch babies? Immigrant babies? I'm sorry. What is a Dutch baby?
It's a pancake you make in the oven.
Oh,
It's a giant pancake.
you sound like the witch from Hansel and Gretel. That's what you sound like. Not breadcrumbs, but pancake babies. Anyway, where was I? Bakers, yes. I don't bake babies in the oven. I bake bread. Okay? Most recently, my favorite type of breads, I've been doing a series of dill pickled breads. Has anybody baked dill pickled bread before? Oh, you are missing out. And it's so easy. Like any type of bread that you already have a recipe for. The simplest way to make dill pickle bread is just swap your water out for dill pickle juice. However, Barb likes to step it up a notch and do fresh dill and, like dehydrated dill pickles as well. And now you have, just basic ingredients for your basic dildo. And once you've, made one basic dildo, you can make dildos galore, okay? So, my favorite dildo right now is the extra yeasty dildo. Yes, some people really enjoy a sour dildo. There are cheesy dildos. There's an everything dildo that I've heard of. I haven't tried that yet, but the recipe, it sounds good. The recipe that I've been trying to perfect most recently is my grandmother's dildo. The smell of that dildo is so nostalgic and it just reminds me of childhood so much. I miss my grandmother's dildo, and I'll tell you a secret. When she wasn't looking, when I was a child, I would feel the taste of her dildo. I would taste it all day long. Oh, I love it. But anywho, once you have your dildo ready, you're ready to bake your pickled breads, right? And once you do bake the pickled breads, I have found that they pair quite nicely with a cider. Do we like cider? Do we have any cider lovers here? Love cider. And whether you want a regular cider or a hard cider, that's up to you. But the brand that I love the most is the Dickens cider. And Barb just loves a nice hard Dickens cider, And when she's feeling frisky, Barb likes 2 Dickens ciders. I do. There is another cider out there that some people enjoy. It's the Cummins ciders. I don't enjoy the Cummins ciders myself so much. It makes my tummy bloat every time. It hurts so bad, and then Barb has to go on a little fart walk. You gotta let it go, and I don't feel like doing that. But unfortunately, here tonight, all they had was the Cummins ciders, and I do have a hot date tonight. I need to get fed dinner, so I have to go take a fart walk and get off this stage. But this has been so fun in the Wave Lounge. Thanks for having Barb, everybody.
Hey, let's put our hands together one more time for Barb, everybody. How we doing? You guys like topical jokes? You guys like some topical? Tonight's comedy show is free, but it is $40 if you want to leave, so keep that in mind. Topical jokes. 23andMe, they filed for bankruptcy. You guys seen this? You heard about this? Oh, yeah, all the medical data and the 23andMe stuff that people sent in is going up at bankruptcy auction. So this massive database of genetic information is going up to the highest bidder. How American, it's fun. I like to send in 3 23andMe's so that it turns into a 69andMe. Hello. I'm here to spread some genetic disinformation, This is fun. Guys, we have a much better comic than me that I need to make way for. Guys, put your hands together for the one, the only, Vicky Beretta.
tried to get my accurate height. Who's drinking tonight? Who's drinking? Yeah, hell yeah. I learned a lot from drinking, personally. I learned that if you threw me in a laundry basket, I would sleep soundly. I don't know about you, but quality lessons, you know. I've been teased a lot for my height, and I just have one thing to say to all those bullies, and it's that I might be 4'10", but that's pretty tall for a nightstand, okay? I have checked every IKEA, I have confirmed. I started thinking about it, of all the things I've been teased about, you know, and that's not the worst thing I've been called either, you know, it's actually been a cockroach. Yeah, girl, that's how I felt, yeah. And I had the same reaction, and the lady backs up, and she goes, no, listen, you're like a cockroach because you've survived catastrophic apocalyptic events. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, you need to work on your compliments. But before I could get there, she just goes, see you next session. Yeah, it's not how I thought therapy was gonna go, guys, not at all, right? I was in there because she was disagreeing with me about a lot of things. Like, for instance, I was like, I'm pro-plastic surgery. I just believe in chasing your dreams, even if it's going all the way. And also, if chasing your dreams isn't what you're doing, then whatever you're running from will for sure not recognize you. And that's cool too, you know? And she was like, no, listen. Like, change comes from within. You gotta reach deep down, you know, and find it. And I was like, but I also heard that if you try removing 3 ribs, it might do the same thing. So, yeah, she was like, let's talk about your family instead. Let's change the subject. So I was like, okay. I grew up in a very average family, you know, very typical. We were on this diet growing up called drugs. Yeah, good times. I am mixed. Aside from that, I am Vietnamese, Mexican, German, Cherokee, which is too many words. So I like to just shorten it and say I'm a limited edition. Thank you. People are always like, how are you 4 different races? Like, they've never heard of it. And I have to be like, well, you know, if I think about it, I think 4 people had an orgy and boom. Quad racial, that's how I came out. Just like that. The only thing though is that I grew up mostly Vietnamese looking Mexican. It just means that when I tell people I'm Mexican, they always ask me if I speak Spanish. And if I tell people I'm Vietnamese and Mexican, they're like, oh, so that's why you're short with good hair. So do you speak Spanish? They can't get past it, you know? My Asian family members hired a Mexican-looking girl to clean the house every day when I was growing up, which I really, really hated her, okay? Because it was me. Yeah, it was me. I was doing the chores. Typical, right? I think about, like, you know, the cultural difference of, like, you know, them coming just from Vietnam. And they had these funny insults I think about to this day. Like, they would always threaten me with jail. They would be like, you go jail. And I'd be like, I feel like we're in jail. There is 16 of us in this 4-bedroom house. How much more like jail do you want it to be like? You know, on top of that, the food was rationed between us and like 24 Buddha shrines across the house, which is a lot of food wastage. I don't know about you, but. So I had to do the thing, and I started stealing food from the shrines, and I was like, Buddha finally ate it. At least, right? Yeah, my grandma's the one who was full Vietnamese, and which means that she's always been a very petite woman. She's always been about here. Oh, I feel like I got in the sweet spot of the monitors. Yeah, she's always been about here. But when I was like 11 years old, she got like a giant boob job, which means gravity has now brought her shorter. Like, those things are so massive. Like, she came home with triple G's, which I swear stood for good God, Grandma. Okay, they were massive. Now, I love my grandma, right? But I think she loves her tits more, because she has never spent that much money on any of us. Right? And on top of that, I don't know which one was more of a shocker, like her coming home with tits or her having tit money. Like, Grandpa died and she spent that money fast, okay? Don't worry though, he died really happy. Like, she told him that she was gonna get tits and he was so excited he passed away, you know, just in his grave immediately. He's in heaven masturbating, in case anyone wanted that visual. Oh man. I feel like people tend to forget I'm Asian as I'm speaking about it because I look so not convincing. And to those people, like, they also get very shocked when they see me in person before they meet me. When they get very shocked when they see me in pictures, in person after they've seen me in pictures. They're always like, you are a lot smaller than I expected. Like, you photographed tall. And I have to, like, break it down to them that that's just what happens when you order from Asia, you know? What did you expect? You know? I had a cousin that moved from Vietnam to America and started going to school in America. And they started teaching her about abortion, and she was amazed, okay? She was like, they should do that more often, right? And now listen, in Vietnam at her time when she was growing up, there was no condoms, no birth control, which means that you have to actually hate kids more than you like sex to have that under control. Okay. After learning that, I was like, wow, I really get my family now. Like, all the adults treat each other like shit. It grew up already. Eating our food and sleeping in our beds. How do we make space? Like, they'd be praying to Buddha, and they'd be like, I know asking of favors is a Jesus thing, but please, hit it with a car or something. Make some space in this damn house, okay? One of us needs to die. Grandpa was not enough. Oh man. The reason I don't know much about I'm Mexican, but I don't know much about being Mexican. And the reason for that is that my dad wasn't in my life. He's the one who's responsible for that. It's fine, you know, it's totally fine. But also, don't hold me accountable when I tell you how long it took me to pronounce jalapeno as not jalapeno. You know, like, it's not my fault. We aren't born with it. We really aren't. On top of that, people have the nerve to be like, do you think your life would be better if you had your dad in your life? And, you know, to those people, I just have to say, like, if you can't say something nice, just fucking lie, you know? Lying is good for the soul sometimes, you know? Just be like, your dad loves you, he's far away, and he misses you. That's what I want to hear, okay? We know that someone has daddy problems just like me. I love it. We are the best. So my mom is interesting because she likes to get upset at me for silly things. Like, I forgot to say thank you one time, and I was like, well, I mean, I remember when you left me on the side of the freeway, so we're even. You know, good times, good times. It's all good though. I might have had it rough, but I have a stepbrother who had it way easier than me, right? We grew up in the same house, you know? I'm sure some of you know that feeling. Like, he was neglected and given video games. Like, that's a sweet deal. I'll take that any day. Any gamers in here? Oh my god. That's the life. Hell yeah. So I haven't really talked to my mom, you know, since then. You know, I just never looked back ever since I dropped her off at the fire station. Left her there. Good times. So, I don't know. My family, I like to keep them at arm's length, you know, arm's distance. I do. Like, which means literally. They go in for a hug, and I'm like, that's enough. But I'm so short that they all get a hug in anyway. So, you know, I try. Yeah. Any runts in the house, or am I the only one? Runts, no, it's okay. One time I asked that, and one person in the crowd, like, raised their hand. He was like 6'4", and I was like, I could be worse. I like being small now. It's okay. Anyone here date long distance? Has anyone tried that? I'm very curious. You have? What's the distance you've dated?
So, like, Reading to San Francisco, 3-hour drive.
Okay, 3 hours. That's pretty far. Yeah. What about you, ma'am? In the back. Oh, did you raise your hand? You did.
Idaho.
Oh.
Scared Idaho.
Oh, whoa.
I grew up with a guy and because we know we haven't seen each other in years.
Oh, okay. That's insane. I applaud you. And it didn't work. Did it? Are you guys married? Okay. Well, Yeah, everyone I know who's dated long distance, like, says it doesn't work for them. And I just have one thing to say. Like, I feel like they're just not doing it right. Okay? Because for me, long distance is when my partner is 6 feet or over. Girl, you gotta try vertical. It's true. I mean, it does have complications, right? Like, it's a lot of miscommunication. It's a lot of, what'd you say? Nothing. Could have been the wind, but, you know. And then when we do break up, it is really because we could not hear each other. So. Another problem with tall guys in my life is that they tend to get very insecure about losing me in a crowd, you know? Yeah. So I personally switched to dating shorter guys. Because they're way easier to make happy, okay? Because they could tell me that they're 6 feet and over. As long as they're 5'5", I'll believe them. It's all nose hairs from there anyway. So good. So I actually have never bought my own plane ticket. Can you believe that? Because I mean, why would I? When I can just hide in the luggage. So roll me on, throw me in, right? I'm in there. Call me Miss Vicky Concealed Beretta. And did you know for planes that you have to be under 100 pounds to be registered as a pet? So I've got options. 3 flights all day. I'm good, I'm set. Yeah, I'll be your emotional pet any day. Emotional support pet animal. There you go. Speaking of emotional support, I was dating this guy for a couple years and he starts opening up and he goes, I would like to die together. Which, you know, at the time I thought was unusual for Valentine's Day. And I thought about it, I was like, you know what? He's trying really hard. Except that's not what I was thinking when I said more couples activities. Like double suicide was not what I was thinking. I don't know about you, but leave me a note next time. That was my message to him. It's crazy, because like, to be honest with you guys, I was actually into girls first before I realized I was into guys. Like, I should have just stuck to the plan after guys like that, right? Should have just stayed there, but anyway, life had a different plan. Are there any queers in the house? Anyone? Hell yeah, fuck yeah. Lots of them. Anyone halfway there like me? Only full queer. Okay, that's it. Oh, you got. I can't tell if he's being volunteered or if he's being outed or if this is honesty. Okay. Anyway. So the first time I realized personally that I was into girls was back in like first grade. When this girl held my hand and it gave me butterflies. So I asked her if she liked girls. And this little house said no. Right, so fast forward to the future. I'm introducing a different girl to this lady looking for approval, you know, and the lady goes, you should really try dating him instead, and points to my brother. Me and her did not look alike. I just want you to know that, as much as me and my brother did. Things a little backwards. That's okay though. Girls do have their complications though. Like, I was dating this other girl for a while, and, you know, red flag number 1 was that she only dates guys. Like, I just blew through that red flag, you know? So anyway, we're going out to eat, and she would always do this thing where she'd be like, I'm vegan, but I'll eat chicken just this one time, but it was every single time. Okay? And I was like, girl, I can't take you out or eat you out. This is a scam. Scam 101. Oh man. I feel like when you're out in the world getting hit on, it's never by someone you want to hit on you, right? Like, who here, like, what is your type? A lot, okay.
I get hit on by a lot of people that I'm into.
Oh, that's fun.
But I usually approach them first.
Oh, that's exciting. That's a good life. I approve that. Okay. What, do you have a type?
I'm a cougar.
You're a cougar. Oh, fuck yeah. Everyone loves a cougar. Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm pickier. I feel like no one that hits on me is ever my type. So I'm like, that narrows it down to what I like. You know? So the two types that I have are lesbians covered in tattoos, or, thank you, yeah, super hot. Or, because I'm bi, men who look like lesbians covered in tattoos. So, might be one type, might be Ruby Rose, who knows, you know? Send me her way. All right, thank you, Pete. You guys have been great.
What's up? How we doing? How we doing? All right, I got one more. You guys want one more? Yeah. I don't know. Either I'm hearing a ringing or it makes a ringing sound. Which one? I forgot my next joke. What's going on? How we doing, guys? You know, I got in trouble. I got pulled over on the way here. I blew a stop sign on a street corner only to find out it was just some dude in a stop sign costume. Uh-oh. Womp womp. I got a ticket for carjacking. My bad. I thought I was alone at the time. They wrote down they're like, pretty decent exposure. This other time I was caught just doing it with the car. They're like, pull out of the vehicle. Cops, am I right? All right, I'm gonna bring on our next comedian. He's great. You guys excited? I'm having such a good night. Are we doing this right now? Let's make some noise. Put your hands together. Scream at the top of your lungs for Franco Tavini.
Beautiful. Yeah, keep it going for Pete, everybody. Let him hear it. Oh, so good. So good. How are we doing tonight, Blue Lake? That's good. Everybody that doesn't have a chicken waffle sandwich in their mouth is able to laugh. That's good. I'm loving this Zsa Zsa Gabor eating Southern food look you got going on there. This is fucking cool, dude. I like it. You were the cougar? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. All right. See me after the show. Let's not talk anymore. That's fine. I don't know. Am I in cougaring age anymore? I'm 35. I don't know. I think there needs to just be a distance. That's all good. I'm disqualified? All right. Well, I'll move on to the next. Yeah. I used to work at a nursing center. They all count, I think. Pretty sure. I don't know. Put the walker down, ma'am. Oh, that's good. Oh, man. God bless. Yeah. How's your guys' year going? 2025? How's everybody's 2025 going? Pretty good? Absolutely. Got some fist bumping over here. You got your carpal tunnel wrist thing over there. But by the way, I just want to say this because I know that this is partially like for a character. Is that, look, be honest, is the wrist brace, do you need it or is it for the character?
I really was a hairdresser for 25 years. And I do have carpal tunnel.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know. I had this surgery and shit. I was like, stop this stolen valor, ma'am. I don't appreciate this bullshit. You gotta earn that carpal tunnel, man. You gotta fucking earn it, man. Oh, man. That's good, man. Y'all have some good holidays? How about that? We're a little closer to the previous year. The good. What'd you say? No, not the 420 as a holiday. That's God bless them. The holiest day of 420. That's true. It's a Humboldt holiday, obviously. I kind of meant like government holidays. I don't know. It's a Humboldt government holiday. Yeah, absolutely. Y'all have a good Christmas, Thanksgiving, everybody. Y'all actually see your families and things like that, man. It was hard for me, man. I go see my family. My family invited me for the holidays. I went to go see them. And I realized they'd already started dinner without me. I show up, they gave me a time that was an hour later than they told everybody else. They had already eaten food. I showed up, and I was ready to sit down. They were all sitting down. The only reason that they invited me to the holidays was to stage an intervention for me. Yeah, and that's some fucked up shit. And it's like Christmas, too. I was like, this isn't a very giving thing. I don't feel like this is what I wanted this year. I don't like this at all. It's wild, man. So I should specify, I don't have problems with like substance. I don't have problems drinking or anything like that. But according to my family, they think that I have problems controlling my anger. Yeah, which is, like their stupid fucking opinion. That's fine. They're entitled. They're allowed to have it, I guess. I don't agree with that, obviously, right? Like, I'm not a rager. Like, I never get too angry, right? I just, like, consistently am a little angry. Like, constantly seething. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The problem with, like, it's hypocritical to stage a whole intervention for somebody like that, because we all do that shit, right? Do you guys feel me? Right? Like, we all get a little angry sometimes, so much so that we have a term for it. Do you guys know what the term for it is? Sweating the small stuff. Right? We all sweat the small stuff sometimes. Like, I don't know, like, show of hands, who in this room ever gets angry for, like, seemingly no reason at all, completely unprovoked? Show of hands, there we go. The comics table all raised their hand, that's good. That's expected, there we go, up here. Yeah, right? You know what I mean? Like, we all do that. And thank you so much, by the way, like, for the most of you that raised your hands, you know what I mean? Because if I was, like, the only person in this entire room just up on stage raising his hand like an idiot, I was gonna fucking lose it! I swear to God! I'm gonna go ape shit. Like, I'm being angry for no reason. Like, have you guys ever been enraged at an inanimate object for just obeying the laws of physics? You guys ever been that pissed off? Like, you ever put a water bottle on top of your own car sideways, then when it rolls off, you pick it up, throw it to a tree, and call it a cocksucker at the top of your lungs? Yeah? For sure, right? You guys ever do that in a preschool parking lot? Have you anybody? No, just me? Thought we were vibing. That's fine. Oh, man. It's hard. Man, it's hard to have anger issues, right? Because nobody wants to hear about that shit, right? It's like telling a friend of yours you have a rash. They're like, see a professional. I can't help you. Like, what is... It's because it's selfish, man. It's a selfish thing. And I've realized that recently, so I've been working on my anger. I'm not good at being less angry. I'm just good about being less selfish. So I do this thing now where I just get angry for other people, like on their behalf, right? If I'm really in the mood to get pissed off, I do it like altruistically. Like, I'll give you an example. I do this thing when I'm driving down the highway. I get pissed off if I see somebody on the side of the road that's gotten pulled over. Anybody else experience that? Anybody else experience empathy for their fellow man? No, just me? All right, that's fine. I'm a fucking saint. I mean, what can I say? Oh, man. I told a buddy of mine that, and he was like, dude, that's so awesome that, like, you have compassion for strangers, but, just as a thought, like, what if they got pulled over for, I don't know, committing an actual crime? I thought about it for a second, guys. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? They could be flying down the highway in a Mazda going 105 with bodies cascading out the trunk, and I would probably still stick my head out the window and be like, leave them alone, you fucking pigs, You blue fascists, right? It's a free country, man. Live and let live a little bit. Oh, man. Nobody... Like, right? It's a nerve-wracking situation, man. Nobody likes to be in that position, right? Like, just even, like, getting pulled over in general, right? Like, those modern, like, taxpayer dollar cop cars. Have you guys seen the ones, the ones I'm talking about? Like, those big, beefy Dodge Challengers with 36 red and blue lights. Makes it look like you're being pulled over by a summer music festival. Do you guys know? Right? Like, it's a long night when you look in the rear view, you're like, oh, shit. It's Coachella. I'm fucked. I'm not gonna have this fun. Right? Yeah, man. So I feel for people in that situation, man. It's not, and on that one, like I said, I'm doing it for other people. That's not totally altruistic because I already get a little anxiety when I see the red and blues, right? Because I have priors on my own record. I think that I'm concerned it might be for me. Maybe I can be honest with you, and I'll let you in on like my history if you guys can be honest too. So, show of hands. I need some real honesty. Show of hands. Who here has ever gotten a DUI? Show of hands. There we go. All right, the host of your show, the great Pete Nelson. There we go. Can we get a round of applause for Pete? Yeah, absolutely. Telling all you strangers that he got a DUI. That is awesome, man. That is really, that's so cool. Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, I mean, I never have because I'm not a complete fuck up, but that's so cool. that you felt comfortable to tell everybody your mistakes. That's awesome. That's good, man. Thank you for your service is what I'm trying to say. So good, dude. Yeah. No, man, that's not entirely true. So I have never gotten a DUI, but I have been arrested for drinking and driving. Yeah. Yeah, some of you guys are like, what the fuck does that mean? That's the same thing. No, it's not. You see, so when I got pulled over, it was just after I turned 21, so I was just above the legal age, and they breathalyzed me, and I was like just above the legal limit. So I got what is known as, have you guys ever heard of a wet and reckless? Do you guys know what that is? Yeah, absolutely. Is that what you got, Pete? Is that, he's like, yeah, man. Oh, it was a full DUI? Well, I don't know, fuck, dude. I mean, I don't know. You couldn't have represented yourself in court with that suit. You could have been like, Your Honor, I say, no, I may have had something to drink before this court date, but my client, which is myself, man. No, man. Yeah, I got a wet and reckless, man. The judge looked at me, they took pity on me, and they're like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, you're not cool. It's not. The problem with a wet and reckless is it's a real crime, right? Like, I was arrested, my car was impounded, I had my license suspended, but it's also not a crime by name that sounds hard for having committed, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, wet and reckless sounds like the title of a 1970s Swedish porno, guys. It doesn't sound like, you know what I mean? Like, all right there, babe, lie down on the bed. I'm going to give it to you now. How do you want it? You know, the usual wet and reckless. It's a sticky situation, is I guess what I'm trying to say. It's really, you know, man. Oh, man. Trying to be better. I'm trying to be a better person, man. Like, again, I got these anger issues, and my problem is my choice of stress relief. First and foremost, what is your guys' stress relief in life when you get really pissed off or when you're stressed out? What do you guys like to do when you're? What is it? Do you go to the spa? Do you get a massage? What do you guys like to do when you're like really stressed out?
I can't say that.
You can't say?
I know what it is. It's fun.
It's part of the reason why I have carpal tunnel.
Oh, okay. You jerking guys off? What is that? Is that? No, I don't know.
I'm working myself off.
Okay, that's fine. Damn. What is the angle on that? How does that work? She gets the claw out and shit. It really tense.
It makes it hard to take it off, but it makes the carpal tunnel worse.
Feel like it. This brace is ribbed for her pleasure. That's awesome. They don't give that to you in the PT office. That's cool. Well, okay, look, mine, look, we're kindred spirits in more than the carpal tunnel. Mine is a little like that. My stress relief, guys, I watch a lot of porn, guys. I watch a lot of porn. Are you I guess, you do. Yeah, you do. You don't even watch anymore? You're like, I can just imagine it. It's like a play.
Barb gave it up at New Year's.
You gave it up? Oh, same here. Fuck, can we get some applause for your New Year's resolution? Dude, that's my New Year's resolution. I gave up porn. I was watching it too much. I knew I was watching it too much because I started developing strong opinions about porn. Like, I was a critic and shit. You don't want to be there, man. That's not. You don't want to be on the videos commenting and shit and rating them on the websites, right? That's when you know you've gone too far, man. I do, because I didn't want it to get, you know, they say, like, you know, if you love what you do, it never feels like work. Like, it started getting little peeves, right? Like, for example, love porn. I hate porn ads, guys. I fucking hate them. Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say porn ads? Well, you do. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So for those of you who don't know, porn ads are ads for other porn that you are not into. You're a little concerned other people get off to. If I'm being honest, you lose humanity every time you watch a bad porn ad, right? It's like sad. They're depressing, man. It'd always be like a low-grade camera. It'd be like a dingy bedroom, like a Russian cam girl just lying back down on the bed, sort of going through the motions, sort of unenthusiastically. She's like on her phone, thumbing through a mobile game, and then just, I don't know, also thumbing through herself at the same time, right? Just like, yeah, you like that? Yeah, you like that? Voice comes on, download now, women in your area. I don't know how to say this, but I don't fucking think she's in my area, guys. She might not even be on the same continent, if I'm being straight. Not that, like, I don't want to make it like I'm xenophobic with my porn watching. I just like to, I don't know, I like to support local, I guess, right? Like, I like a grassroots, right, thank you, yeah. I like a grassroots porn, man. I'm an OnlyFans guy, you know what I mean? Like, insane, right? It's too much. There's so much that, like, I'd be watching porn, and I was like in my account settings. I have an account, like several different accounts, right? I was in my account settings and I saw a toggle for targeted ads, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, that's for me, man. Targeted ads, I'm gonna turn that on, right? And then now, because I've been feeding the algorithm, they know what I like. Now it's like I'm watching 2 videos at the same time. That's gonna be twice as sexy, right? Yeah, guys, that is not what targeted ads meant, right? Turns out targeted ads meant they now have access to my entire browser search history, okay? I don't know if you guys are a little bit like me, but I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. So I'll just often Google illnesses and injuries I'm concerned I may have developed. So now before I jerk off, I have to also watch a 30-second ad for compensation lawyers in my area. Yeah, right? Like that's, you know, like, because obviously, like, I'm in there to, like, handle my business, so with my dominant hand, I'm doing that, while at the same time also sloppily filling out a claims form as well. You know what I mean? Because, like, you know, because I want to finish, but I also want to know if I'm entitled to a structured cash settlement. That is important to me. They're very effective ads. It's very important to me, man. It's kind of, I think I've been doing that for so long now that it got like my wires crossed, because I'll just go down the freeway and I'll get like a little heart if I see one of those billboards for law offices in my town. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like that's a new problem for me. I mean, like, you know, I mean, if I'm being honest, the Ann Fong billboards were always a problem for me, but like at this point, guys, I'll settle for Sweet James. I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? I'll take what I can. I'm desperate, man. Honestly, it could just be like a stock photo of a man in a 3-piece suit looking like Pete back there, just sort of slightly opening a briefcase. I'd be like, huh, what's in that briefcase? Is that for me? Let me see it. Open it slow. I like that. I like that, man. Oh. I need to be better, man. I need to try better. I've raised my life standard recently because during COVID I had a daughter, so I've raised my standard for, yeah, don't applaud that, please, don't at all. Absolutely. I contributed about 10 seconds of that entire process. It wasn't the best. It was my best effort. Thank you. That's right, 10 seconds of unenthusiastic clapping. Thank you, Pete, for the dramatic reenactment. That's good. That's good. That's right. Oh, man. I love being a dad, man. I love being a dad. First and foremost, where are my parents at in the audience? Make some noise. There we go. Awesome. There's a good deal of them. That's awesome, man. It's a great thing, man. I have always wanted to be a dad, right? And specifically always wanted to have a little girl, so I love it, man. I wouldn't change anything about it. The only thing that's like kind of a problem for me is, I don't know if it's like this for your kids, but my daughter looks nothing like me, okay? Yeah, I don't laugh too hard. She is my daughter, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. We didn't get a test or anything. I just, so like I'll give you an example. Like she looks like her mom. That's great. Little girls should look like their mom, right? But the problem is her mother's native Laotian, okay? I don't know if you guys got this from the time it took for me to walk up on the stairs in front of these lights. I don't pass for native Laotian, guys, okay? So that's a problem when I'm out alone in public with my daughter, because it's very difficult to convince strangers I'm supposed to be out alone in public with my daughter, all right? Like I have to constantly check my phone for Amber Alerts and make sure they don't match my description, do you know what I mean? Like, denim jacket and a Samoan baby, sweetheart, I think that's us. We get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah. Recently, she's made it harder for me, right? Because I'll be out, and she's 3.5, so she has like those temper tantrums. Do the parents in the audience know what those are like, right? Those random temper tantrums. Well, she'll just blow out of nowhere. The problem with that is I'm in public, and I need her to like name check me. I need people to know what our dynamic is. But when she's really pissed off at me, she just drops formalities completely. So instead of calling me daddy, doesn't call me daddy, doesn't call me dad. When she's really pissed off at me, she calls me dude. Yeah, I don't even know where the fuck she got that. I was like, oh, that's new, all right. I'll give you an example. Like the other day, we were out shopping. It was like late at night, and I went to Target to pick up a couple things. And we went on a quick run, and I realized it was getting late, and she needed to go to sleep, okay? So I decided to just cut to the front of the store, but the problem was I made a quick line through the toy section, okay? Yeah, you were like, oh, that was a dumbass move, dude. Yeah, I know. Yeah, because immediately I go through, she sees a toy on the wall that she really wants, starts begging me for it. I'm like, sweetie, we can't get you a toy every time we come to Target, all right? Okay, you know the system, sweetheart. We come here, we get you a pack of diapers, we get daddy a pack of Trulies, and we leave, all right? Listen to the fucking family program, okay? Get with it. We've been doing this for 3 years now. And she didn't like that. Immediately she rips her arm away from me. At the top of her lungs, she shouts, "No, dude! Get off me, dude! Don't touch me, dude!" Yeah, all of a sudden strangers start dipping their heads into the aisles to check on us, right? They were probably concerned, but I also think they thought I was kidnapping a small frat boy and they wanted to see maybe what the fuck was going on. It was like a World Star video in the next aisle. Yeah. It was like hot and heavy all of a sudden. To make matters worse, one of the Target employees walks by and my daughter turns to him, and to get his attention, help him get her the toy off the wall, she just screams, "Help! Help me! I need help!" Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I know you guys are familiar, but they don't talk about this in any parenting books, all right? There's not a chapter that covers the Target freak out, right? So, so the problem is I panicked, right? And the one thing I do know, even though I wasn't prepared for this situation, is what you're supposed to do if your kid has a meltdown in public. Parents, shout it out if you know. What are you supposed to do if your kid has a meltdown, starts screaming in public? What are you supposed to do? Anybody? What'd you say? Go ahead. Shout it out.
Take them outside.
Take them outside. Thank you. Get some applause. That's the A+ answer right there. You're supposed to take them outside. He knows, right? It doesn't matter where you are, right? You could be in a funeral. You could be at church. You're supposed to pick them up under your arm and walk as fast as you can outside of the building. You can diffuse the situation, dude. Put your arm out and shit. Like stiff arm people if you have to, like you're running a Heisman play. Like really get aggressive. Right? It's a bomb or something. And I knew that, right? But the problem is, I panicked. So instead of walking fast outside, I ran outside, guys. And I fucking left her crying there in the Target toy section. Right? You know what I mean? I looked back for 1 second and I was just like, go with God. And I left. What am I supposed to tell her? Be like, hey, I hope your next dad's Asian, so this isn't a problem going forward. You know what I mean? Look, we found her, guys. Like, before you guys think I'm a bad parent, like, we found her, right? You know what I mean? Like, she was eating ice cream with the store manager. It was just fine. She's good, right? You know, I'm not a terrible parent. I'll tell you this much. If you think that's a bad parenting tactic and that didn't work, she's never fucking called me dude again. So, you know what I mean? It was either that entire interaction or the fact that afterwards we were in the parking lot, I sat her on the hood of my car and I said, hey, sweetheart, if you ever pull that shit again, I'm gonna put you up for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And so I think she got the message. Guys, you're an amazing group of people. Keep it going for yourselves, Blue Lake. My name's Frank Convini. Have a great night, everybody.
One more time for Frank Convini, everybody. I'm doing the sound effects now. You guys like sound effects? I do impressions. You guys want an impression? Yes. This is my impression of the guy who invented glass. Ready? This is the guy who invented glass. I want to make one thing clear. That's the whole impression. I'm actually kidding. Yeah, if you look up in history and stuff, it wasn't a guy who invented glass at all. It was a woman. A woman invented glass. Yeah. It was the last time a woman was transparent about anything. Am I right? You're making friends. I like to go to Planet Fitness, or as some of you might call it, the shower. Ladies, never date a guy who goes to Planet Fitness, because that means not only does he have a small dick, but he's also poor. It's not even like, what, $25 a month? Not even a real planet, right? Crazy. with all the all the people. I don't know. It's been a fun show tonight. You guys. When I remember now. Okay, cool. My first jokes were weed jokes, and I'm still a little stoned from them. I like the news. We got all the UFOs going on, that fun stuff, right? We got all the UFOs. My favorite part about the UFOs is getting to meet the aliens, mainly the femalians, right? Oh yeah. Hey, I'm progressive. I'd hook up with a Thalian. Come on. I can't even. It would be crazy, right? Like, what if out in the parking lot right now a UFO landed and a bunch of buff aliens come out of it and they're like, we come from Planet Fitness. Take me to your Peter. Who's got all our femalians. You know, I'm just trying to make peace. Peace of ass. You know, guys, put your hands together for our headliner tonight. I love this guy so much. You will too. Freeway Farrell.
The last guy asked the question, he was like, you know, what do you do if your kid's noisy and all that? And I answered for him. I said, take it outside. My first honest to God answer was smother them. See? Other people with kids. You heard right, folks. My name is Freeway. That is my honest to God born with name. In other words, my parents were hippies who did a lot of drugs. Yeah. Woo! Drugs, hippies. Yeah, I did drugs and I was a hippie, but not anymore. Name is Freeway. That is the honest truth. He'd ask my dad, I'd be like, Dad, why'd you name me Freeway? And he'd always had the weirdest answers. I'd be like, Dad, why am I Freeway? And he'd be like, who are you? Do I gotta claim you? And then he'd be like, every time he'd be like, dude, Quaaludes make you do the weirdest shit. You could have been so many other things. We wanted to name you Kilo. Right? And my mom's like, no, we didn't. We wanted to name you Graham. It kind of depended on how that night went. My dad named me Freeway because he did drugs. But no, because on the way to the hospital, I was coming out in back of the van, and he saw a sign that said, this way to Freeway, so here I am. Yeah, my mom used to say, we were going to name you Ringo, but we gave that one to the dog. Oh, thanks, Mom. Yeah, I used to get teased a lot when I was a kid. You could imagine, right? Huh? With a name like Freeway, all the fucking... I remember one time, there was this girl, and she was sitting on top of me, and she's just like, your name is stupid. You have the dumbest name in the world. Your parents were drug addicts. I had enough. I was like, get off me, Grandma. Damn, and what are you laughing at, Pastor Dan? Mister, there's lifesavers in my pocket. Oh, but you got it. Everyone has a Pastor Dan in their life. Different generations handle my name differently. Every one of them's a little different on how they take it. When I'm like, hey, I'm Freeway. First of all, Generation X, my generation. Any other Xers? Yeah. Yeah, Generation X is great. I'm like, my name is Freeway, and most Generation Xers are like, yeah, I don't care. You can call yourself whatever you want. We had a guy named Bon Jovi, and I don't even know what the hell a Bon Jovi is. I think it goes on a pizza. Then we had a little dude named Prince, so you can call yourself whatever you want. Millennials are great. You can call yourself whatever you want. You're in a safe space. Now, may I capitalize on your diversity? My favorite are the boomers. Boomers are great. Hi, my name is Freeway. Yeah, I don't care what you're called at all. In fact, from here on out, you're either Tom, Dick, or Harry. Pick one. All right. Generation, you guys know the low generation, right? You guys know Z? You know those guys? Oh, little shits. Can't stand them. My son is Generation Z. You ask those guys, you're like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, my name's Freeway, and those little kids are always like, really? How do you spell it? What the hell do you mean, how do you spell it, public school? All right, let me help you. P-H-E-A-W-H-E-Y. I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'm teased all the time when I was a kid. Say your name is Kyle. Well, fuck you. Anyone, you guys are older, you guys all remember, anyone here remember a show called Heart to Heart? You remember that show? You guys remember that show? Remember what the dog's name was? I do. Yeah, Freeway. I'm getting older. I'm in my mid-50s now. So yeah, no, everything hurts. Everything hurts, and for some reason or another, all foods are laxatives. I have no idea why that is. Just every food, and hell, if it's Taco Bell, don't even be in the same room with me. They just call it X-Lax Bell. I'm getting old and just fatter. And do you guys remember when you were younger? You remember having hopes and dreams? Remember that? Things you were going to do with your life, places you wanted to go. You had a bucket list, right? Right? Now, in my mid-50s, I have only really two hopes and dreams. My first hope is I want to go 24 hours without coughing and farting at the same time. And heaven forbid I do my second one, which is sneeze, and then I gotta have a pair of new pants. Yeah, I'm that extra pair of pants old. I did actually lose a little bit of weight. Like I had to put a new hole in my belt. I felt good about myself. I was like, yeah, I've lost some weight. I was looking at myself naked in the mirror. I was like, yeah, looking good, feeling good, lost some weight. And then that guy at the Panda Express was like, get out of here! What the hell? You know, they're not nearly as nice as the people in Starbucks. Latte for a naked dude? They get my name wrong too. How do you spell Freeway? Again, P-H-E-A. Nowadays everybody identifies as something, you know, whatever they feel they are. No, I identify as lazy. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. I am part of the do I have to movement. Yeah, I actually do own a pair of sweatpants that I like to refer to as my emotional support sweatpants. And ladies, you can pet them. Which is funny because as I'm getting older now, whenever the subject of sex comes up, my first thought is always, oh man, will it be over before my shows come on? You know what I'm talking about, right? You get into that point where you get to that age where people are like, hey, you want to go out and party tonight? And you're like, yeah, for me, man, a party is sitting at home doing nothing. Anybody here parents? Who said they were parents earlier? You're a parent? Your kid's young though. I don't know how to break this to you, but they're gonna get older. And when they get older, they have things called opinions. Yeah. Does anybody here, because I know there's some older people like me here, do you ever get really pissed at young people just for being young? Like you're watching a young person and they're like, they go running up some stairs and you're like, I went up some stairs without catching my knees. I'm like, well, fuck you. I can eat whatever I want without having to spend 3 hours in the bathroom. Nowadays, if I go up 2 flights of stairs, I have to make base camp halfway up. Just go on without me, man. It's terrible. As I get older now, I'm finding that sex with me is a lot like having sex with an oily beach ball. There's a lot of squeaking, bright colors. You're probably not going to be able to hold on to me the whole time or get a new grip. There's sand in weird places. Occasionally I make that weird sound. And at one point, I'm gonna deflate. It's the truth. I mean, at least I'm honest, right? You know what you're getting when you get in bed with me. A CPAP machine. We'll talk about a CPAP machine later, but does anyone here use one of those beside me? You do? The most unsexy device in the world. And you know what's really funny about a CPAP machine? Just so you know, everything you say through a CPAP mask sounds perverted. I'm not kidding. It's like, I'd like a taco. Lots of beef. We'll talk about CPAPs in a little while here. The bane of my existence. You got kids though, huh? You got kids? Do you like your kids?
I have 7.
You have 7 kids? Just some advice: when you bet the devil, learn to play a banjo. You like your kids? Oh, I fucking hate kids.
Only 5 are
I really hate kids. They're good for making shoes. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of. You know what I don't like about kids? I'll give you this. Here's what I don't like about kids. They always want something. Can I have a glass of water? Can I have something to eat? I want a new toy. I need new shoes. Will you unlock the cage? Can I sleep in the house with you? I don't like dog food. I buy the good stuff. It's just, they're a pain in the ass, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have a son. I am somebody's dad. I lost the bet with the devil too. He's, my son is 17 now. He is 6'7", 172 pounds. So he's a very large boy. I often say things like, clean your room. All right. My son also, and this is the honest truth, tested positive as a genius. Yes, he has a very high level IQ, and that sucks on every level. Because he does the evilest shit to me. First of all, I'll tell people all the time, I'm like, yeah, my son has a genius IQ. And that kid will stand behind me and go, yeah, I'm smart. Dad says pants first, underwear last, and it doesn't work. You got it wrong, son. He got mad at me the other day. I don't remember what for. I think it's because I didn't give him his allowance. You guys know what a Google Home is? Does everyone here know what a Google Home is? It's just like Alexa. You say, hello, hey Google, and it turns on your lights and it controls your home. My son reprogrammed my Google Home. So now randomly, just whenever it wants, it plays the first 30 seconds of the song 9 to 5. And tumbled out of bed, stumbled to the kitchen, poured myself a cup of ambition, and then it farts for 30 seconds. And then when it's done, it goes. I can't do anything to stop it. If I say, hey Google, stop, it just keeps going. The fart gets longer. And my son will walk through the room and go, you gonna pay me that allowance? When he was much younger, he got really super into the show Breaking Bad. Have you guys ever seen Breaking Bad? You know what I mean? Was everyone here born under a rock? You guys, okay. So before you judge me for letting a little kid get into Breaking Bad, screw you, it kept him quiet for 45 minutes. I came home one night from a show, and my kitchen was destroyed. There were pots and pans everywhere, beakers, things boiling, and on the end of the counter space, my son was standing in a hazmat suit, crushing blue glass on a tray. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. No. Son, what are you doing? Here's my kid. I made the meth from Breaking Bad. Oh, God, no. No. We're going to go to jail for that. I'm going to go to prison for life. You can't be making meth in my house. That's good. You know, they had a shit ton of money in that movie. They had a whole warehouse full of money. No, you can't do this. Are you crazy, kid? He looks at me and goes, Dad, calm down, man. The meth in Breaking Bad is rock candy. I was going to take this to school and sell it to the diabetics and make a bundle. What the hell? And you know what's funny? He did. You ever owed your kid money? Anyone here ever owed their kid money? Wait till you get older and you owe them money. I took my kid, okay, we go to the store to buy, I'm going to buy a little joke book. Because all of us comedians have our little books we write our little jokes in. You have to see us every time you go to an airport. You can tell the comedian because we look like the guy who's like reading the Quran before he So I go to the store. We're gonna buy a new book, and we're standing there looking at the little books. And my son is standing next to me, and all of a sudden I hear, "So you're gonna buy a book to put those little dad jokes into, huh?" Okay, and now I'm thinking he's gonna make fun of me. This is gonna go really, really bad. So I'm like, okay, I'll grab a book, grab the kid, go up to the front counter. I set the book down, and I hear the kid say, "Yeah, big guy here's will take the pink Care Bears." I didn't pay attention to what book I grabbed. So I grabbed the book, put it down, and the lady's like $3, and I only had like $2 on me, and I didn't want to use a card because you know that's a pain in the ass. So I gave the lady the $2, and I said, "Son, do you have any money Dad can borrow?" This damn kid pulled out a wad of money like this. And first of all, he goes like this. "Here's your buck." "Oh, what are you gonna hide that from? Where'd you get that money? That's a lot of money." And he looks at me and goes, "Me and Grandma got something going on." They didn't. You want to know how he got all that damn money? My kid was selling time at school on the internet to other kids because they can't use the internet. So he took out 3 cell phones in my name and was renting them out to kids. Yeah, he got caught because one of the kids sent something to the office to print. And I said, "Son, you do know what you're doing is wrong." And he said, "Yes, printing costs more." So we grabbed the book. I set it down. He says pink Care Bears. We're walking out of the joint. And I said, "Son, Dad really appreciated that. Thank you for lending me the $1. I needed the $1. Thank you for being there for me." And he says, "No problem, Dad. You're always there for me. I love you very much. And I'm glad to give you money anytime you need it. When we get home, I'm going to be needing that $2 back." Wait a minute. $2? It was $1, son. Yeah, I get it. And when we get home, I'm going to need all $3 back. Whoa. Now it's 3? Yes, Dad. And when I get home, I want all $4 back. It just kept getting bigger. I owe the kid the house. Now. So then he gets mad at me because I make fun of him. Because as we're walking out of the store, I'm like, "I ain't gonna ever owe you money again." We get home, he's not feeling well. This is how he gets even with me for making fun of him. He's not feeling good. So I'm like, "Okay, well, I want you to take a pill and this will make you feel better. Now, before you say anything, it was cold medicine. So I'm like, would you take the pill? You ever try to give your kid a pill? It's a pain in the ass, right? I give him the pill. Here's what we go through. Take the pill. No. Take the pill. No. Take the pill. No. Take the pill. Now we're wrestling. Come on, take the pill. No. Take the pill. No. I'm yelling at him. Take the pill. Come on. I'm going to shove it in your mouth. Take the pill. No, I don't want your pill. Now, I didn't know that my window was open. My son did, and this is his chance to get even with me. So I'm going, take the pill. No, take the pill. He looks me directly in the eyes and goes, you're not going to Cosby me, bitch. And I'm like, what? You're not going to Cosby me. I'm not taking your pill. Window was open, right? If your neighbors are barbecuing in complete silence and no one is looking anywhere but at the ground, they hear you. And my son's in there going, I'm not taking your pill. No, you ain't Cosbying me, man. You ain't getting away with it. And I'm going, you better shut up or I'm going to kill you. Kids, aren't they wonderful little creatures? Aren't they? Don't you guys just love them? You guys can tell the truth. They're not here right now. Let's be honest about our kids. Come on. They're not going to send you to the cornfield. You can say whatever you want about them. Wow, some of you actually got that cornfield reference, huh? Nice. My son is famous for doing weird crap. Like our cat. My son got into chemistry. Now I have to know where the cat is 24 hours a day. Because my son, according to him, look, it's fine. Just don't feed it after midnight or get it wet. You guys know what a Roomba is? You familiar with a Roomba? I bought a Roomba, and my son's room is such a freaking mess. Your kids' rooms are always a mess, right? I mean, when we were kids, our rooms were a mess too. My son's room is so bad and so full of a mess that Roomba went in and it was missing for 3 weeks. When it finally came back out, it was feral. And it had a note attached to it that said, bring in supplies, the Wong family. She's gone. Who else had kids? Who else said, you have kids? You like your kids? Do you? I mean, you could be honest right now. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you I'm going to quiz you. Okay? And we're going to see. If you're sitting watching TV and from the other room, you have more than one kid?
I have
3, okay. You hear a loud clang, someone starts crying, and it sounds like something bad happened. Do you come running right away? Are you super mom? You there? What's going on? Do you?
Well, I guess when they were younger,
Yeah, you're right there, right? You know, what's going on? Are you okay? Now, when you do that, do you think the same thing as I do on your way into the room? There better be blood everywhere. When I open that door, it better look like the elevator in The Shining. I swear to God. And then when you get in there, it's always like, I got a sliver. And you're like, I want to bite that finger off and show you what pain is. You don't do that? No? Oh, I guess it's just me. I'm a bad dad. You ever taken your kid to the emergency room? That's always the same. That's always a fun experience. I gotta go to the emergency room. Oh man, really? How much blood is there? All right, here we go. Pack your charger, pack a book to read, pack yourself a snack, get yourself something to drink. Dad's gonna power drink while you're doing all of that. You never do that? You never drive your kid to the emergency room, you pull right up in front of the emergency room and you're like this. Don't tell him I did this! Run in! Dad's gonna park! You don't do that? I'm a bad dad. CPS was right. Take some vodka with you. All parents do that though. I'm sure there has not been one parent alive who hasn't spent a little bit of time in the emergency room thinking to themselves, they know, they can tell, they can tell, they know, they can tell, they can tell, they can tell. I do that all the time. They know, they can tell. And then I get defensive. When you think somebody knows something that they don't, but you think they do, so you're like, I ain't stoned, officer. The kid just plays with electricity a lot, that's all. And a gun. I love kids. I do like kids. I don't get me wrong. It's not that I dislike kids. I just wish I never had any. Honestly, I tell my son that all the time, poor kid. My son has heard go away more than he's heard I love you. Now come on, your parents never said that to you? Go away. My mom's famous, this is her most famous reply to everything. Go play outside. Go play. You remember that, don't you? Huh? Your parents do. I bet Pete's parents said that a lot. Go play outside. Go on. And of course, Pete and his imaginary friend, let's go. We love you, Pete. I'll admit, when we were driving here, I'd never heard of Blue Lake. First of all, where the fuck is the lake? You guys understand that that's ocean that way, right? That's not a lake. I figured some Indian somewhere was like, big lake. The name of this town, is it even called Blue Lake, the name of the town? Is that what this is? Is it? Yeah. Really? Honestly, the slogan for this town ought to be something like, Blue Lake, where? It's so true. How am I doing on time, Pete? He has no idea. You've been up there for a couple hours. Now, look at the porn first. 10 more minutes. Okay, you guys are screwed. I got 10 more damn minutes here. Let's see here. Let's pull out some notes. See if there's anything we want to talk about. Ooh, okay. I had a friend staying the night. This is the honest truth, too. I had a friend who was staying the night, and I was coming out of my bedroom, and the guy's standing in the hallway right in front of my bedroom door with this shit-eating grin on his face. He's like, hey, man, what's going on? Now, the night before, we had gone out and did a little bit of partying because we were old friends, and I hadn't seen him in a while. He's just like, dude, did you bring someone home last night? Who's in there? Come on, man, I heard it. What's going on in there? And I'm like, dude, there's nobody in there. I was home. I came home alone. It was just me. And he's like, dude, I can hear you in there. There's a girl in there. What's going on, man? And I'm like, dude, I was by myself. And then that's when I realized the sound of me getting dressed sounds like I'm getting some. Because I'm in there all like, yeah, this will fit. Ow, 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 my hair. That's too tight. I'm stepping on it. Ooh, that looks pretty good. I think I'll go with this. He's like, I heard you, man. You were getting some. I'm like, no, I honest to God, I wasn't getting any. I was just getting. My son and me had the same argument, actually. He came to my door and he's like, yeah, I heard you having a problem in there. You all right? And he was holding a bat. And I'm like, what's the matter? He's like, I heard something going on in there. And yeah, for him, it was the same thing. Me getting dressed, except for him, it sounds like I'm having a fight. Because in there, I'm going, you will fit. Get in it. He's a good kid. He was there for Dad. Program my Google. You know what's funny is he told me not to tell people that he reprogrammed my Google Home. So chances are when I get home, it's going to be a whole new fucking song. And I'll even longer fart. I guess I'm going to end you guys on this little bit here. You guys said you know what a CPAP machine is, right? Right? Okay. A CPAP machine, or as I like to refer to it, a self-Dutching oven. How I learned this was on burrito night. For those of you who do not know, a CPAP machine takes the air in the room, circulates it through a little machine, and then it goes up a tube, and that tube goes to a mask on your face. And this mask in this machine is created for people whose body said, when you go to sleep tonight, I'm going to kill us. You have made really stupid decisions. So it's late one night and I'm out. I am just, you know, when you're just dead to the world, but then you have that feeling something's in the room with you. You guys know what I'm talking about? You're asleep and you're sleeping good, and then something in your head says there's about to be a dick in your ear. Or something like that, right? You know, I heard someone get a loogie ready. So I'm sleeping and my eyes pop open, and there's my son standing next to the bed with his pants around his ankles. Yeah. He has the devil's onion ring pressed against my CPAP machine. And he's just staring at me. And I said, "Hey, son, what you doing, buddy?" "Oh, just seeing you sleep." "You're watching me sleep at 3:24 in the morning with the devil's tube sock pressed against my machine, huh?" Yeah, just hanging out." "Son, I'll kill you." That kid looked me directly in the eyes, got nose to nose with me, and he goes, "Stumble out of bed, tumble to the kitchen, pour my..." 30 minutes he farted into my CPAP machine. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have been absolutely wonderful. Let's bring your host back up here from his latest court appearance and jury duty.
Guys, let's keep it going one more time for Freeway Farrell. You can catch him out of Medford, Oregon. Check out all the comics you saw tonight for any of their tags and stuff. And thank you for coming out. We'll be doing another show with Dan. Dan will be coming to headline.